This is episode 4 with Gordon P. Firemark and Tamara Bennett for entertainmentlaw.com. And this is from Willene, Wadkins, AEL, February 2015, online for full sale. And this is the link directly to the episode that I'm reviewing. The first topic was legislation and rulemaking, and it was about the Copyright Office. And the first topic was them waiving fees for taking so long on processing applications. Because it was taking so long, people could not file their infringement cases, and there was a deadline for this to be done. Tamara Bennett did point out that they were trying to notify people, but the Copyright Office felt it the right thing to do was to waive those fees for those who were waiting for such a long time. Now, changes were made to the 407 law about deposits, and the big change was that the Copyright Office could take material straight from the internet to copyright for the Library of Congress so that it was protected. And the next topic was court quick takes. And of course, this was in the case. And the big one they discussed was Joel Tenenbaum, a student from Boston University who was downloading and distributing music off the internet, and which he felt should be free because he was downloading it off the internet. Well, the courts didn't see it that way, so they awarded damages to the music industry in the amount you see here, and also Catcher in the Rye. Even though they argued you couldn't copyright a character, well, you can't copyright the name of the book and everything else that this author was trying to do. So they said, no, it's not going to happen. The Ninth Circuit Court overturned the 68-year-old Cochran law, and also plagiarism on the internet was also upheld, that lower courts could decide that. Now on to religion. The Pope actually rang in on copyright infringement and how he thought that it wasn't right that the bigger countries were pursuing this against smaller countries because they weren't able to share knowledge. Now we're going on to sports. And the big one on the sports was this NBA basketball player, Marcin Gortat, who had a Michael Jordan tattoo. And Reebok knew he had the two when they contracted him. Then they told him to get rid of it. And he said, no, because you know I had it, and this is who I am, and it's not going to change. So that was a very interesting case. Now the next one was politics. The first big discussion was Obama's image on a poster. And this was when he was 21 years old, and he had a joint in his mouth when this was taken. The image is owned by Getty Images now for Jack Lisa. And basically they said he's the president, he's a public person, so it's a kind of a gray area. Jackson Brown versus John McCain and Henley Campbell versus DeVore, and this was Republicans using music and saying it was a derivation, but it wasn't. And not like Weird Al Yankovic, who gets permission. Now Lego told Spinal Tap they couldn't use a movie that was made by a 14-year-old boy in their DVD. It was okay for the boy to do it and do it on YouTube, but it was not okay for Spinal Tap to use it in their concerts and to put it on a DVD. Now, the Bull of Wall Street was a sculpture that was given to Wall Street free. So the question is does the author have a right to claim infringement since he gave it to free to the public? The Little Mermaid, Ohio, they tried to have their statue of the Little Mermaid. They changed her breast size and says that was enough, but nope, it wasn't. They had to take it down. So we're going to wrap this up. Cover your ass, get your permission, file your copyrights in a timely manner. These are all the lessons that I have learned from listening to this podcast. Copyright is really important. Now here are my references, and most of them are the ones used and referenced for the updatelaw.com, entertainmentlawupdate.com, but a couple of them I actually found myself. And they're really interesting reading and kind of a snapshot of what was going on in 2009. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. Have a good evening.